The same but not the same. Always feeling the sun.
Coming up, Chima Bakwem, Public Health. There's a lot to talk to Mr. Chima about. Tuesday, September 21st, Major Antone Aguon joins us from the Department of Corrections. Good morning, Major.
Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Sabrina and Jason.
Half a day.
Good morning.
How are you doing, Major? Are you stretched thin?
No, we're doing good. We're doing good.
So give us an update on the COVID over at DOC.
So start from the beginning. August 20th, from August 20th all the way to September 19th, we've had a total of 27 positives in our facility. Of the 27, 17 of them, 12 have been cleared. 5 of them have been released. 12 of them were vaccinated. 15 of them were unvaccinated. 17 of them reported no symptoms. The remaining reported headaches and cough and no taste, several minor symptoms. Today, we have 9 males and 1 female. So out of the 27, we're down to 10 that are still in our custody. 9 males and 1 female that, are being checked on by medical.
These are all inmates and detainees.
Yes, several of them, 10 of them out of the 27 came in under the Guam Police Department. They were arrested, and came in positive. The other ones tested positive shortly thereafter or within our facility. But we're hanging in there. We're still doing what we need to do, working with our medical team and public health.
Are you still? Do you still have any tests that are pending for results?
Well, the numbers I just gave you were as of the 19th. So later today we'll get our updated numbers from yesterday and early this morning. We do have a few that we tested, like 30 some inmates. They tested negative. So we're every day we're doing testing, and yesterday I think they also administered 5 more vaccines. Our medical staff is requesting for another batch, but we exhausted our other vaccines that we had in supply. So yesterday and the day before, they were doing a little bit of vaccine for some of them that are requesting for vaccine. It's an everyday ongoing process.
What about your staff? Are they all vaccinated?
Right now, we have about just about a handful of staff that are not vaccinated. About 8 or 10 of them are not vaccinated. Some of them are planning on getting vaccinated this week. There's a few of them that have their first shot pending their second. And so we're confident in the next few weeks we should be close to getting almost everybody vaccinated. Mm-hmm. There might be a 1 or 2 that for whatever reasons they're not getting the vaccine.
What about the inmates, the population?
Again, we've vaccinated probably our numbers change every day, so we vaccinated almost 600 people altogether. But again, we still get confinees that are coming in not vaccinated, and we do provide them the opportunity to get vaccinated. Some of ours that have been vaccinated have since been released, back into the community. So again, it's an everyday process of offering and getting the inmates, making sure, trying to get everybody vaccinated as at least we offer it, and if they choose it, we give it to them.
Okay. Any other COVID related news over there at DOC?
No, I mean, like I said, right now we're just continuously taking it day by day, doing testing and just being proactive on our approach, trying to minimize it. We're using those warrior tents behind our general population unit. So that's where all the positives are going. So they're not actually in the compound itself, which is a good thing. And again, we'll just stay on top of it.
What about contraband, Major? Is any of the good stuff coming into DOC?
Not in the last week, Chris. I haven't had any reports of any major contraband being found or anything on the prison. Again, we are doing some shakedowns and searches and stuff like that on a daily routine basis. So, but no, nothing has been reported lately. Nothing major.
Nothing major?
No, nothing. I mean, we do shakedowns and we find nuisance contraband, things like that, excess materials, things like that, but nothing that would warrant, GPD or somebody getting arrested.
What else is going on there?
That's pretty much it. We have incoming starting up this week, all this week, and then next week, 2 days out of next week, we still have the regular incoming drop off, family members drop off, and we're requiring the family members to either be vaccinated or show a negative COVID test within the last 7 days. Again, they don't get out of their vehicle though, but just to come up to greet our staff and drop off their belongings, we're requiring them at least to show proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test. Other than that, we still have attorneys that are visiting. No visitation. We still do not have any visitation going on yet. And we're doing okay for now.
Are you guys tired of the COVID?
It's exhausting, but who would have thought it would be, more than a year later, we're still into this. The good news is though, we are starting tomorrow, I think Thursday, we're interviewing 20 officers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna be trying to hire 20 more officers. We got the paperwork cleared and interviews are gonna be done today, tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday. We'll try to bring on 20 more officers. So that's a positive. Our overtime is up to date. Overtime, is being paid with the regular payday. They're working on the COVID pay. Our last pay on COVID was February 27, pay period ending February 27. And so
February was the last time you guys got COVID differential pay?
yes, February.
Are you guys not submitting your paperwork? Not filled out correctly?
No, I think we're keyed in all the way to June or July. Again, it's a process, and we depend on DOA for the processing of those things. So, but yeah, we're up to date as of ending February 27.
That's not up to date.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's not up to date, but that's her last pay.
What are they telling you though, Major?
Well, it's being worked on, Chris. There was a while. I mean, again, we rely on DOA to process it, and again, I don't know all the details on their side, but I know they've had some challenges this past couple weeks too. So, again, we just asked our staff to, it's going to be processed and coming. Just I can't say when though.
How much is it? Excuse me. How much is owed?
Serena, I don't have the money. I know I have the numbers. I don't have money, but I don't have the numbers.
I know you don't got the money.
I don't have the money. But I would have to check with our ASO on how much each payday is. It's a 10%, 10% pay
per hour.
But I don't really have the numbers right offhand. I have to get the ASO to check on that.
Major though, it's got to be frustrating for the guys. You know what I mean? They work these hours, and then in September, you're talking about COVID pay from 7 months ago.
Isn't it a new fiscal year?
Yeah, coming up.
Yeah, the fiscal year's coming up in a few weeks.
So you think they're just trying to stretch it until the new fiscal year hits and the reset?
No, honestly, I can't speak on that, Chris. I don't know.
But what do you tell the guys though when the guys are like, "Hey, man, Major, what the hell? They haven't been paid since February."
Well, I mean, the only thing I can tell them is that we're working on our end. The paper's being submitted. Again, we haven't, even ourselves haven't keyed on all the way to July, August, because it's again, like I explained, there's a different process on how to key in all this COVID pay, but I know the ASO and the director are constantly, talking to DOA about it and when it's going to get paid. I know they had some of their staff were out, and there were some, people that normally process it were not available, so we kind of got pushed back a little bit. But it's being worked on, and again, even myself, hopefully we get something, soon.
What was the funding source to pay out the COVID differential pay prior to February? Was it CARES Act money?
No.
Or?
You know what? Honestly, Sabrina, I don't know what the funding before it was federal funding source, but I'm not sure now where it's coming from. I mean, at one point we were supposed to find it from within our own budget, and try to get it paid out, and then work with the administration on trying to get it reimbursed back into our budget. But I honestly don't know all the specifics of where the funding is coming from. That's something we got to talk to DOA about.
Wow, and I thought the Mayor's Council of Guam was getting screwed.
Yep.
I think this whole COVID thing is it's not just DOC.
Everybody's getting screwed.
The entire government is,
getting screwed.
Dealing with it, and mayors and the like.
So what's the update on the master plan?
Okay, so the master plans, we're going to be officially presenting it to the governor, I believe, tomorrow. We were reviewing it, so then after the governor gets it, then we'll decide. I'm pretty sure after that we could probably release it to the media, to the public. But tomorrow we'll be officially giving it to the governor for her review and information. And then after that we have to work on the architectural services. I know in the budget bill they did put some money away for DOC. I think it's $5 million in the budget bill for us to work on this project. So I'm confident we're going to keep moving it forward. It's taking some time, but we just got to keep doing it day by day.
And what exactly are you guys presenting? I know we said master plan, but is it a bit, from your tour that you guys did when you were off island?
So
is it just a presentation, some pictures?
The master plan includes information that we gathered from the tour when we went off and we visit these other facilities. Again, we walked away with some good information on design, operational, policies, staffing, how they do their booking process, the flow of traffic into their facility. And so we took a lot of good points away from how they had their system set up, what they took into consideration as they were designing their facility, right? And so we got to walk like the Ohio one. It's not operational yet, but it will be in a few months. We walked all the way from the booking process to the release process to how their cells were set up in the yard, fresh air. So we took away some good things about them. They even had, like, in their housing areas, they had classrooms actually in the housing unit, so that the inmates didn't have to leave the housing unit to attend classes. They actually had rooms built in their housing unit, which is something we don't have here. And just how they did their plumbing and security, access to all their piping and electrical. So we took away a lot of good information on that we will be including in our future design when we finally get an architect and we sit down with them, how we kind of want our traffic flow and things like that to work out for us. So it was a pretty good to see it operational. In Saginaw, Michigan, the jail was actually operational. So we got to see the actual inmates and how the system actually works with the inmates in the building, right? And how the staff function. So again, it was a great opportunity for us to learn more about building a new prison and what are some of our things. I mean, we even asked them, now that it's operational, for example, in Saginaw, what would you change different if you had to go back and redesign your facility? So they gave us some pointers on what to look for and what they wish they would now, if they had a second chance, they would change or add more space in certain areas. And so again, we took all that down for our information.
All right. And so what kind of facility? I mean, how many beds? Not beds. I mean, how many cells?
Well, again, our facility, the one we're looking at is it's a phase approach, right? And so in 20, 30 years, I think it's an 80-year plan. It's an 80-year master plan. And at the end, it'll be over 2,000 beds. But That again is taking out all the way, to almost 80 years. Right now, we're looking at just 600 beds, give or take, over the next couple years. Because we understand we can't build this whole thing overnight. It's going to have to come in phases. You build it, and then maybe 5-6 years later, you build another part to that prison, and then a couple years later, you build another part. But the good thing is that we would now know how we want this to be built over the years, so that when we go to add on to the building, the plumbing, the electrical, the conduits, and all that are already kind of in place to start with the next building. And not just the building itself, Sabrina, but with these new buildings, there come a lot of support services like your medical and your dental and your behavioral health. And, all these things have to be thought out so that when you do hit that 1,000 population, all the support mechanisms are in place to support that population. Over here in Manila, they build a building, but they never really take into consideration how that's going to affect medical, or it's just a building, just one building with beds. There's no classroom, there's no office space, there's no nothing. And it's spread out, so inmates have a long distance to go. In the new facility, they won't even go outside. They don't even see the sky. Other than in their fresh air yard, where they'll see the sky, because it's all enclosed. Everything's enclosed.
Are we looking at a new prison that's kind of like vertical, like multiple,
It will be several floors high, but not like a 10-story or nothing like that, due to other concerns about being, security concerns about it being 10 stories high, right?
Yeah.
But it could be several floors, but it's going to be built up here within our own footprint, so we don't have to go outside of DOC. And we've identified all the space for it, and it requires us to even eventually tear down the domes. Like I think in phase 3 is tearing down some of those domes and replacing it with more modern buildings, redoing the parking, and how officers, how the Guam police or them bring in our the arrestees, the route in which they come. Instead of coming to the front gate, there'll be another route that they come in more secure when they drop off the arrestees. So again, all of that, once we get an architect, Sabrina, again, all the finer details will be worked out on that.
All right. Well, thanks for giving us that update. It's kind of interesting to see us actually talking about a new prison. I mean, and talking about, it's going to be, this multiple phase project, because I think talking about a new prison is something that's all that's ever happened, right? Talking. So,
with the master plan, Sabrina, DOC's never had a master plan
Exactly.
really to do this. So this will be our very first master plan. At least I've been here 27 years. We've never actually had a plan on how we want this to go. So this will be the very first plan for the department, so that when we do start building, we have some direction on which way we want to go. And of course, things will change over the years. You always have to revise the master plan, but at least we have a foundation of where we want to go with this prison and how we want it to look and operate. And that's a starting point.
Right. Well, good luck on the presentation tomorrow, Antone.
Thank you.
All right. Stay safe, my friend.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care.
All right, thank you, Major Antone Aguon. Good morning. We're going to take a break, and we're back with more of The Link next.
Take in the panoramic beauty of our island each Sunday on the